Good, brother. It's been a minute. I realized it's been like over a month, so I wanted to try and do this again. I've been so busy.
Yeah, same.
I seen you doing your thing though, constantly.
Yeah, I'm trying to like it'll be like now it's like now when I try to get on, it's like Monday and Tuesdays is definitely, but I want to do more days. But it's just it's just
Time.
like yeah, so much shit, man. Like people people want to get their businesses back on track.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
What else? What else are you working on?
Um, it's just honestly trying to get out of this fucking debt from basically COVID
Oh
and
shit.
just um tattooing more, working on this book, this Hundred Dragons book,
Hmm.
redoing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Vanilla Gorilla, I guess. Is that Vanilla Gorilla? Who's that? That's that Mike Giant.
I don't know. I don't think so. I know. I recognize the name. He's a homie. I know he's on the follow tip. Been
Okay.
around for a minute. He's one of the homies, I guess. I might know him. A lot of these guys I know, man, they got secret names. They're more mysterious than I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I do know the name. But sound off if you're. It's still early. It's still early. People jump in. Mhm.
Okay. So old. I got an ad that I wanted to do. I just.
What are you working on? Back piece.
Uh, this is the dragon from. This is dragon number. I think number 48 or 49.
Okay.
But I'm gonna bring in. I did tell you I was gonna do a old ad because I got this old comic book.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see what you got. I'm hyped because I've been wanting to get back to you on it because I had to stop my hustle and do this one because I'm filling up pages, but the way my pages lay out, I need sort of like impacting delivery turn when you turn the page. So I have to
Right.
sort of space things a little bit, and I needed to fill in a gap on one of these ad spaces. So I got my little ad that I'm doing, but I'll show you mine. This is kind of what I'm redoing. I don't know if you remember this one,
Yep. Yep.
the classic
Yep.
goofiness. So I'm doing that with a little bit of a remix, some funny wordplay and whatnot. But yeah, I finally organized this setup for this. I got to do a
Oh, this
little.
is different now.
No, I mean like
Overhead.
setting up the screen image ahead of time with the link and not having. See, I was setting up like scheduled lives, but then I was ended up canceling and starting again like two times in a row. It just was messed up, and I didn't know like if you were gonna get the link on your if the link stayed live or if it was a dead link by the time you clicked it. So I'm learning as I go with this stuff.
Yeah, they got the. I like the scheduling setup on YouTube. You can schedule.
Yeah.
Yo, there's some people that do scheduling like 2-3 years down the line.
Damn. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
crazy.
can do that. You can do like capsules and shit. Like you can do a whole recording if you want, upload it, and then say I want to and put a date on when you want to order or when you want it to upload.
Yeah, I got you.
Um,
Huh.
yeah. So
So what do you got for the ad? What were you thinking?
trying to look. I can't find this comic book that I had. I just got these shits. I think I took them to.
Some throwback old school shit?
Yeah. Matter of fact, hey babe, is this the pizza? Uh oh. I know that smile. My wife made some pizza.
Uh
Uh oh. Oh yeah.
oh. Hey, pizza.
Wow. This good man, good. Oh wow. All right.
Homemade pizza.
I got competition, kids.
Mm. You make pizza, huh?
Yeah, I try to. Not like the old school Italian pizza.
Mm. I got some music in the back this time. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's for my my mental relaxation. So yeah, what's the page you're doing?
Hold on.
You
I
munching
don't
out.
have to. I think I left that comic book at shop.
Uh-oh.
Oh fuck.
You could probably look it up. The shits are everywhere. I actually looked around online and found a shitload of them, if you know what it is.
I remember some of these ads, and it bothers me that's in the vintage section now.
Tell me about it. Yeah, here I thought I was onto some like cool OG original shit. Like I'm just gonna do this, and I've seen a couple versions of other people doing it, and I'm like, well, I guess it's just out there in the ether, but I'm still doing it my way. These are funny. They're kind of funny for me though. So I have it's like an overall look and aesthetic.
I remember that dude. All right, so I remember the one that you were drawing because there's another one where he's standing behind 3 kids.
Yeah, like holding them, like meeting them in the streets, kind of thing, hanging out with
Yeah.
the kids. Yeah. His name is like Captain O, which I never knew. So I don't think I ever read the descriptions. I just remember all the prizes and stupid shit that kids wanted to mail away for. But I think
Oh,
they were
here goes the
trying.
Hulk. Here goes
Yeah,
that Hulk Hogan one.
yeah. But I mean, I think they were kind of like getting kids to like go door to door and try and sell shit to them, to people and whatnot, which made it even funnier. It was probably like crap. But yeah, I'm gonna change the wording up so it's all kind of like stupid. Like there's the operator lady at the bottom named Rose, and it's like call Rose now. She's on standby waiting for your call, kind of shit. But I have it where she's kind of I don't know if you can see it. She's like,
Yeah.
I've been stuck. Don't call me. I've been stuck here waiting for a raise since '82, and tell my son I miss him. Type shit. So
Yo, this is crazy. All right. I found a good one.
But yeah, if you need to do just the visual part, I can always do the layout and the wording and stuff like that. You just gotta email it to me.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
Because I'll probably
What size is
build it
the
out.
paper?
I'll build it out for the paper size and the
Yeah.
layout size.
What size paper are you using?
11 by 17. But I mean, I'll squeeze it into the layout later if I need to move things around a little bit. I'm kind of drawing them in pieces, drawing the parts in pieces and stuff.
All right, 11 by 17. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what your layout's gonna look like, but I can always kind of wiggle things into layout and shit.
Oh, I remember this one. Cube Lube.
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
Wait, check that out. There we go. Cube Lube. That shit look crazy. Wait, selling kids.
What is that? Oh, it's because their Rubik's cubes were getting dried out from using them so much.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's wild. Cube lube. Well, here, you remember these? I printed these out. These are other ones that I want to do at some point. You remember these? I know you know these.
Oh
All
yeah,
of
the
them.
X-rays. Oh yeah, there we go.
There's 50 different versions of them. There's so many versions. But then this one too, I'm gonna redo this. This I'm gonna have a field day with. I know you remember this. Hey, Skinny. The dude comes over, beats him up in front of his girl, and just like clowns him on the beach.
What the fuck?
You don't remember this? It was about like
No.
some dude's workout plan. He'll send you like a book that has like workout, and then like the
That's
next
funny.
page, and like the next issue or something, the guy comes back and like beats up the dude and like takes his woman back. It's
Oh, they were
crazy.
actually doing
Yeah,
they were actually doing a full little comic strip
yeah,
every month. He gets
like
his girl back, fellas.
yeah. Like learn my workout program. I got your back kind of shit. I'm like, wow. Yeah, really testing people's masculinity out here back in the 70s. But yeah. And I got this guy with 6 fingers. I'm gonna see if anybody figures that out. But what's going on out west, man?
Uh, bro, it's trash out here right now. The weather. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. The weather was really good today. Finally.
Okay.
It's not like you know what, the West Coast isn't really like the East Coast. Like when it rains, people still outside.
Yeah, they
You know?
also don't know how to drive on the highway out there in the rain either.
Right. Definitely. And
Flying into fucking barriers and shit at 100
yeah,
miles an hour.
they slow down a lot, and so like, but I mean, it's crazy out here. When it rains, it's just like it doesn't rain with style. You know, on the East Coast, it kind of rains with style. It just comes down and it's raining and it's raining. Should be blowing in. It's blowing left and right. It's like you ever see like people with patchy hair,
Yeah.
like they can't really grow all their hair out. So they have patchy beards. So that's how rain is out here. It's like patches of rain clouds. It's not like a full long fat area of just rain. Nah, it's like patches of rain. So you're driving, and all of a sudden this is a downpour, and 2 minutes in, it stops. And you're like, wait, where's all the rain? And then all of a sudden, another patch of rain. And then it's continuously like that. That's your day. It's getting
That's weird.
patches of rain sometimes, you know?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Did
All right.
you catch this Griselda Blanco show on Netflix?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was all right. So we watched that with my girl, and then we ended up going down the Cocaine Cowboys
That was
rabbit
good.
hole. So
That's good too.
I didn't realize like the second Cocaine Cowboys, the main dude is like out by you, like Oakland, Berkeley,
Yep.
somewhere out
Yep.
there.
Yep.
So I was kind of like talking about that last night.
Yep. That guy's out here. Well, he
Yeah,
was out. He might still be alive.
yeah, I think he is. I mean, I don't know much about the update, but I think he was. At least when that documentary came out, he was. But yeah, for some reason I thought that was like South Central LA. I thought he was like a big LA dude, but I'm sure he was just like taking care of that.
That dude was like one of the connects. He was the
Mhm.
West. He was the one of the connects out here
Yeah,
for for
her cartel situation.
yeah. She was supplying. I think there's a part. There's a part where she talks about the West Coast. So
Yeah,
she's like, she theorized, man, should I go to California or something like that? It's kind of like a hint, you know.
yeah. That show, I guess I found out last night. I don't even think that show on Netflix was that real. I think there was a lot of fictitious drama and like made up stuff. Like they mixed a lot of stories together that weren't really correct.
Yeah, that's why this one of the kids is suing the actress.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Huh? That's not a good look. You got one job to do, and you end up pissing off the fucking kids.
It's
You know what I
like,
mean?
mm-hmm.
Like at least have him like have a little walk on cameo or something. Get on the good graces. You know. Hmm. So what do you got coming up? Still working on a project. How far in are you?
I'm well, I'm 40. 40 something dragons in, about to be 50.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. I knew I was gonna get pretty far, but you know, it. Yeah, I remember doing it when I was when I was younger. You know what I mean? I was about to say little kid, but I remember doing it when I was younger.
Mm.
Um, uh, and I was like what, 30. I was 33 at the time when I did it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just, yeah. Now it's just like trying to do it, like with more more shit on my plate. It's like taking longer than it really should.
No, that's just the way the shit is now, you know. I mean, I understand that. It's kind of just the hardest hurdle for me is just doing multiple things at once. Again, like you just said, back in the day, I would knock this shit out and move
Right,
on and keep it moving and have other things on the wing. It does take a lot of time just to get things to come to fruition correctly. Like I don't want to knock stuff out with trash. I want it to be quality because I have a certain level of taste and aesthetic. But like, yeah, no, I see people crank shit out that's just not up to par, and I'm just like, well, yeah, that's what happens if you don't, put the quality time into it. And there's guys out there that are just they got so much. I don't want to say so much time on their hands, but when you see him, you're like, oh yeah, look at this dude. He's beat up and fucking worn out. Like that's a different dedication than most people are used to.
right.
You know.
I mean, man, I don't know. I don't know how a lot of people do it. Like
Yeah.
when you're trying to be productive like that, and you're trying
Yeah.
to like be able to put out as much work as possible. Like comic book artists, I'm still trying to like figure out how they do it. When you're
Yeah.
drawing,
I mean, there's a fast element to it, but still, even that, man, the amount of work that they're cranking out. Like I'm casually doing this at this book project in my own. Try to stick to a page a week just to kind of juggle everything together. But I mean, even that, I'm only on like 22 pages. With maybe 5 or 6 ads. So that's like what 27 pages. Dude, these guys will do that in like a month. This shit's
right,
taking me like 6 months already or something.
right,
Like, you know, I mean, I'm sure if I had nothing on my plate and that was my sole job, I could do it. But like, I kind of enjoy like planning and prepping and looking up like street scenes and trying to find a cool bank to draw as a reference, stuff like that. Or like look at the interior of a bank and try and find like chandeliers and stuff like that. Like, you can't really do all that if you're just cranking pages day after day after day.
right.
So I don't necessarily agree with that like industry scheduling. Like I want to spend time and do quality shit and but like
Yeah,
I've listened to Todd McFarlane talk and he's like, a page a day, Monday through Friday and take Saturday and Sunday off and stick to it and don't let yourself no matter what. I'm like, well, how the fuck do dudes go on vacations or go to the dentist or fucking go grocery shopping or fucking like
I don't think they do, bro.
I'm saying like,
I don't think they do.
but then I see other guys that spend like a month on a page, like Jeff Darrow and dudes like that. Like they're spending way and like whoever other artists, they're probably spending a lot of time. Like Art Adams and shit. Like these guys never stay on schedules that the other industry would be doing. So I don't know. I don't know how they do it. But the benefit of me not having to work for anybody else, I'm just doing this shit myself.
Yeah, I mean, like, say if you do a character like Daredevil, it's a lot of reference, right? Just for the background.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you putting that in a setting, especially me. If I was in New York, I'd have to It would have to be like a real New York. Like I can't just draw some boxy buildings. Like I'd want to go out and get like background scenes, go to Chinatown, do all the fucking legwork. But when do you do that outside of the drawing process?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It seems like there's a
There's more to it than just
lot
drawing a
of
cool daredevil. You know what I mean?
right. It like you gotta have like what a camera? What kind of camera you got?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and back then those guys were like what they had their camera. They must have had somebody. What were they doing? Like
Running it to like 1 hour photo at Canal Street.
yeah,
I mean,
run
I'm
out
telling you,
1 hour photo. That's what I'm
I don't even
saying.
know if they had 1 hour till the '90s. In the '80s, they didn't have 1 hour. When I was developing film back then, I had to like drop my film off on Monday and get it back Thursday. That was the quickest I could do it.
Right,
So like
right.
1 hour photo didn't come till way later. And like, I've seen I went to this guy Dan Green who was an influence on me. I went to his daughter set up kind of like a little celebration of his life in November. And so I went up to see like, some of the artwork that she had compiled of his. And I got to see like some of the photo references that he used, because there was like a bunch of photos. And there was a photo of him that he took of himself in the mirror, kind of, and I didn't realize it was the reference that he used for the cover of Into Shambhala, which was like a Doctor Strange graphic novel that he did. And so the cover is literally a photo reference of him. And so I know he was, and there was a couple other like cool photo references of like, people with like a sword standing in like a pose. I'm like, oh, this is how they were doing it back then.
Right.
Like a big Conan sword, shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot goes into a reference, especially if you don't have the story laid out yet. Well, how long does it take to go just jump into a story mode before you can plan what your layout's going to be, backgrounds, and what needs to be. You need street level references. You need, the tops of buildings and shit. You got to go find places where you can do that.
It's why McFarlane used to always take like a
Yeah.
photograph, and then like actually just make a black and white picture of it,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah. Yeah.
just draw Spider-Man in front of it swinging. And I was like, oh, look how he got, because it's just like, how do you draw all of that shit?
Yeah. And I'm sure the OGs at the time were like calling that cheating.
Right, right.
Cutting corners. And you look at that stuff now, it actually looks kind of funny. But, you know,
But I get it. I
yeah.
get it. I get why you had to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's competing. He's competing with the OGs already, who are drawing just as fast, and he's like coming out with some like. And I remember saying. I remember. I can't remember which artist from back in the day saying it. Like guys aren't even really drawing buildings. They just. I'm like, oh, is that why he was talking about light boxing?
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah, probably. And let's move it forward. They're doing stuff the way you're drawing now on the tablet now.
Right, right. I know a
So
few
like,
guys that are that are on the tablet. Um,
I see them. I see the artists. I see the pages. I see the textures and shit. But like, there's no sellable byproduct at the end, like a collector's page. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you can sell it. You can still sell it. You can sell. You can sell the actual digital page.
Yeah, I mean, there's that side of it, the whole digital collector sell element. But I'm on that tangible shit. Like, I like the page.
Yeah, I like to
Like,
see like the whiteout, the
yeah,
scraping,
yeah,
all of that. All that jazz.
yeah.
I'm with it too.
The smudges, the coffee stain on the side. Like, I got a bunch of Bisley shit, and you could just see it. Before I knew who this guy was in person, I could see it. I'm like, who? This dude is just off his. He's just energy and like splashing paint, and smudging things, and just trying things, and you could see it in the energy of the paper. There's like scribbles on the back and shit, and I was just like, yeah, this guy. Like when you see the paper, you can kind of like just think of what's going on during the process. Like that's the shit I'm into. I like that analog. vibe. You know, I mean, I'm not that dude out collecting records and just playing fucking records all day long, but like, you know, I get that whole nostalgia vibe of 80s shit. And you see it, even the guys who are doing pages on the tablets, they're doing like gradient textures to look like that old Zipatone shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get a gray tone, like a shadow. They're doing like that dotted texture stuff. So it's like it's weird because they're using like digital tools to recreate you know, like a analog element.
Right.
So funny to me, but you know, yeah, it's just funny.
It is the tablet the tablet aspect for a person like me. Just
Yeah.
it's 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 um
It's a
it's
valuable tool.
definitely
I know. I can see what you're getting out of it for sure.
yeah.
You can enlarge stuff. You can do little detailed sections, and
Yeah, I'm printing and going. There's a what is it? Like this is a perfect example. Maybe I could show it right now.
then you're doing the analog stuff in person with the planning,
Right. So
the hands-on feel. You know what I mean?
what
Like
could I
that's the
tell?
collectible version of what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah, so like I can
you're getting the physical result of that on your body. You know what I mean? So
like here goes
I get it.
my community section, right? I posted a picture of like the dude's back piece I just did. And so you can see like his back. Oh shit. No, here we go. You can see his back and then you can see the drawing, you
Oh,
know?
I see. Yeah.
So
That's
like
how.
that
Wait, that's the printout. Oh, wait.
that's the printout. So I'll draw it on the tablet
Hmm.
and then like I'll print out the whole stencil and that stencil right there, I transferred that to his back.
Damn. What kind of printer is that?
That is a Epsom. It's a Epsom Eco Tank large format printer.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was just
So
looking at printer scanners today, actually. So that,
so
that's when I
like
saw that.
the whole printer scanner thing, you don't even really need to do the scanning part. Like, but like let's say like if you wanted to do a poster, a wheat paste like whatever
Yeah,
advertisement you want to do, you just buy the paper now, and then
yeah,
this printer will print right on it for you. So you're gonna do your drawing to whatever. Like this is like almost like the size of a door, 24 inches wide, right?
yeah.
And then it's whatever length. It could do like 55 yards. So that's why I use the printer for myself. When it comes to like the art section of it, it's my medium is tattooing, and for the main part, and then everything else, I still, you know, at times I can draw it on paper, and then on it, and then there's a tangible part where it's the actual paper that I sketched it on. But
Yeah,
like for everything now that I do, like the size of this print that's on his back that he's standing next to is the same size as what's on his back.
yeah. And if you needed to downsize 2%, you can go and do it again. It's not $20 print. It's like cheap, kind of.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
it that cut my like my production of tattooing in half now. Like before, with it taking me like let's say I don't know like an hour and a half to do something like that, a sketch.
yeah.
No,
Before,
making a stencil.
like the night before or the day of, kind of thing. Like that's
Oh
kind of
no,
killed.
just making the stencil because you gotta make
Oh,
sure it's gonna fit.
yeah. I
It's
remember
gonna fit the
when you did my back. I think I have the I think you used the version of the tiger on my back, but I have like a version of it that maybe was like a percent smaller or bigger that we never used. So
yeah.
I still have that folded up somewhere.
Okay, so that's good because uh there's some tattoos that I've done like you're probably one of the last persons I ever did uh a drawing for on paper.
Oh
So
wow.
like that's given that's put the price up on one of my on some of my early drawings because I'm mainly doing everything digital. So
Mm,
there's a pre-digital, there's an
era.
analog, and then there's a digital.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, but I mean, you cut your teeth with that, and you pay your dues to move on to technology and doing what works. You know.
Yeah, and I usually and I give people the option of like, do you want me to draw it pencil? Do you want me to do it digital?
Hmm. Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know, and then like if they want to buy the pencil
Hmm.
at the end, they can.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
Reverse engineering, almost different.
right. This digital
Yeah.
part has made the to me, I feel like it's created a whole new market, right?
Hmm.
It's created a market of oh, I can get it in digital too, or I can get it in pencil too and digital at the same time. So it's a win win, you know, for us.
Right, 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 right. Yeah. So, just a heads up. I don't know how much time I can do this because my phone was at like 90% charge and I can't plug it in anymore. I gotta put it on this little magnetic charger. So I'm doing pretty good, but I don't know how. Maybe an hour and a half. I got maybe left. I don't know
Yeah.
what's if I'm just gonna go until I feel like I have no battery left.
And then anything in graph that got you pumped?
Let me think. It's man, it's a love hate thing. Like it's always there for me to do what I want to do with it, and I keep my feelers out there to see what's going on. But there really ain't shit that gets me hyped, dude. If anything, there's shit that just ruins it for me. That's more than anything else. Is just things that are bothering me these days. Like the new craze is just like these people just like 50 at a time going and just doing like a whole side of a building. You seen this shit yet?
Oh boy, I'm saying that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah, these
about.
and it's like it's cool to see it, but like I'm laughing with my homies in like the DMs. We're like, they're like, "Yo, dude, this is your city. You heard of any of these people?" They're like, "No." It's like aside from a few names that we all know, but like most of this shit is it just looks like it almost looks like what AI would do if it just made a fucking building of graffiti.
Right,
Like
right,
weird generic names that are just in every city, and it's just like, ooh, what?
right. Yeah,
And
who are the? There's a lot of names I've never seen before.
yeah, I mean, there's names that
Ooh.
stand out that we all know, and it's always dope. It's always dope to see that, but for the most part, like you're just like,
Ah.
who are these dudes?
Yeah.
And then the worst part is like, I don't know if it's just the way the algorithm is like listening to our phones and shit, but now I'm getting suggestions of like some weird YouTube blogger who's just like talking about the graffiti building craze. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Some weird dude who is not even in graffiti has just decided to talk about graffiti on a building, and it just shows like I'm just like, is this the next like viral thing?
Does he have a weird European accent?
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch it. I just see it. The
Well, I'm
thumbnail.
hating. I'm hating. I'm hating,
Yeah.
folks. I am hating.
It's all
All right,
good.
I'm gonna hate. Who is this overweight European guy I've never seen in the graffiti scene before?
Oh
So,
no, is that something specific that I don't know about? No, I gotta pay
yo,
attention
there's
now.
this overweight European guy I've never seen before in my life. I'm like, yo, look. Nah, he look guy. This is a fan. Yeah, you know what
Yeah.
YouTube has done? It's made superstars out of the fans of anything. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's always kind of had the option for that shit, but I never could figure out the reasoning for them to pump one thing over another thing. That's the thing that throws me the heavy curveball. I'm like, what? Like why am I getting this shit on like on my page? There's this one. This messes my head up because I'll watch the whole like movie premiere or the new trailer coming out for whatever, and then it'll be like who was the black dude that was playing Kang in the Marvel show who got
Oh,
into
Jonathan
some
Majors,
he got into some like domestic shit with his
free
girl.
the homie, man. He did not hit his wife,
Yeah,
man. Free the homie.
yeah. So that was the thing at the time. It was like forcing all this like content like Marvel reviews down my throat, and they came out with I think the Miss Marvel movie,
Mm,
and
trash.
s- and so yeah. So it was like some dude. It was like some dude reviewing that movie, but I'm like, why is this guy's channel? I never heard of this dude's got like 400,000 views, and it's been up for a day. And then
Oh,
I
good.
click on it, and it's like he's got like his manicured fucking background studio,
Oh,
and like and it looks like just some rented space in LA, you know. And then it's like I press the play to hear what he's saying. Yo, why did this dude sound like he's just on 8 cups of coffee and Adderall, and he's got like crazy body language. He's just like jittery, bouncing around, and I'm like, wait, is this like his broadcasting style?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is really fucking awkward. And I'm like, I'm more intrigued at how weird it is. Like it's like a weird bait thing. It's like keeping me there to listen to it. Literally just trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with this dude.
So
And
that's what
then I'm like, yo, I'm totally falling for this bullshit. I'm sitting here watching this idiot.
it's why
And
I've been
and I'm
trying to tell people, man. Y'all need
yeah,
to start getting on this, man, because it's like the real. It's all fake. All these people that are
yeah,
on it are the fake ones, man.
yeah. It's
Like
so
if you
strange.
write, if you're a writer, that
Yeah.
time you're sitting sketching, you should just have the camera on you drawing, and then because it's just like what they present. It's just
Mm,
not it. And I knew this from in the tattoo industry. You know what I
mm.
mean? Like I'm glad that graffiti never really got. There was not what's that shit
Mainstream.
called?
Mainstream.
A mainstream real what's that? How do they say it?
Subculture. It's a subculture,
Nah,
right?
nah, nah, nah. What's the word? What's the term that they would use for
Commercialization. Dude, don't get me started.
the real world? What was real world considered?
Um, I don't know.
It was like it's
Yeah.
like something real TV. You know what I mean? Like is
Oh
it?
no.
It's a genre like
Yeah.
real world,
Yeah.
Black Ink,
Yeah.
Ink Master. All of those is like, but like honestly, that's not really it.
Yeah.
That's not really it. Like the life of a tattooer is not that. You know what I mean? So I'm glad
Yeah.
that never happened for graffiti because it would have been like, oh fuck, no.
No, they tried. They definitely tried, yo. Because there was a show. It was about like taking like 7 or 8 artists and graffiti artists, and then like trying to turn them into like some gallery shit. And I think they had like cause what came on as a judge, and like some chick from my college was on the show or something, and I was like, what is this? And they would go around and like do street art or some shit like that, and
Oh, they
I
tried to
don't.
do it.
They tried to do it, and I was like, this is insane. I think I watched like half of an episode. I was like, I'm done with this. And then I think it just disappeared. But I had heard about it. They were like, you seen this shit? It was like one show came and went, or one season or some shit. I don't think it caught any traction. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's an element to where they'll try anything once and see if they can catch somebody with it. If it don't work, they're dropping it.
Yep.
But yeah, so what are you gonna redraw this lube cube or cube lube? What is it?
Yeah, but I'm gonna make it all like really gross looking in a minute.
Yeah,
I said hosted by Justin Bay with MC Search.
oh no. Yeah, I gotta look up that ad. I don't remember that shit at all. That's so weird. But anyway, yeah,
Yeah, man.
the stuff that YouTube suggests is a little strange to me.
It's off. It's really off. It's really
Yeah,
off, man. I'm telling you.
yeah.
Yeah, it knows I'm into robotics. It knows I'm into EV cars. It knows I'm,
Mhm. Sending you all that shit, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Some of the stuff like mind blowing. What what you can do with like minimal effort.
Yeah.
Um, because like I think this is an open market that nobody is in yet. I
Mm.
think the numbers are low, but it will get there because like um I've noticed like when like there's huge layoffs, there's always spikes in YouTube.
Mm, it's interesting.
Whenever I see a layoff, I go look up like I'll look up certain things, and there's always a spike in certain kind of searches.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I know you're into that big silver truck. I always laugh when I think of you when I see these funny YouTubes or not YouTubes like it'll like because I'm not into that stuff, so there's no reason for that to even be in my cipher. And
Bro, when I get mine, I'm gonna ask you,
mhm.
I'm gonna ask you, yes, Wayne, Sess, and maybe like maybe Totem, and I got because it's flat, yo. So the panels on that shit look
Oh no,
crazy.
you're
It's
gonna have that shit.
perfect for y'all.
That's funny. Yeah, it looks like a subway train.
What?
That's the best.
My guy, yo, just
Yeah,
draw one of them shits, fam.
that's funny. You saw? I think I sent you the one that some dude in like a third world country made something like a little
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
motor.
Some mad people were sending me that, man. Mad people were sending me that.
Yeah,
I think it's huge out here, man.
and somebody said they took pictures of one that had like a bunch of hammer dents in it, like somebody went to town on somebody's and just put holes in the side of it.
Oh yeah, they
So that
shot it up. No holes went through it.
it
No,
was bullet holes.
yeah, those are bullet holes.
Oh,
You
I thought it
can't.
was somebody. I thought it was somebody just like hammering on it with a fucking hammer.
Nah, hammers don't dent it.
Oh man, they shot it up. That's too funny. Yeah, I have yet to see him. I mean, I know you seen one right parked out somebody's house.
It was parked outside my house. Yeah, my neighbor, he's an engineer for Tesla,
Oh, okay.
and
That is.
I just put my referral code points in it, so I'm in the raffle system. So if I win,
Yeah. Yeah, homie I went to high school with, junior high and high school, works for Tesla, and he put his order in. So he's like all hyped, posting up his I don't know, some sort of receipt that shows like where he is in some line. He's like hyped for his. It's got Kevin Fancher. It's my homie from back in the day. But yeah, he's into that stuff. But yeah, they're suggesting me that stuff. I don't even know what that is. Like why that's even in my cipher.
yeah, it could be that it knows. I know that their AI system is even better than it was before. So it's like from what I was told, it's like giving you the environment that you want
Mm,
because of what you're interested in, and really like that's not how the human mind is programmed in a way,
yeah, right.
because we're just gonna like easily get bored and go to something else.
Right. So it's not really making sense yet, the way they're
Right.
trying to do it. Yeah, I get it. My boy Raph is in here. What's up, Raph? I don't know if you're still here, but I just looked at the comments and saw you.
Oh yeah, that's all I said. He said with MC search.
Was that real or was that something that he was just saying? I don't even know if that was real. If it wasn't MC Search, I don't know. As a host for some what that show I was talking about, maybe? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But Raph is a homie I went to college with. Super talented artist. And a B-boy back in the day. We used to throw down, go to jams. Yeah.
Let me get the hands down. Maybe let's just do like only hands.
So yeah, it's been fun taking these ads and kind of just fucking them up, remixing them, changing up the wording, changing up some of the stuff involved, but trying to keep that memorable nostalgia to the page itself. think people will get a kick out of it as a whole when they see the whole book with the pages.
Carlos Pabon said, "What up, EWOK?" Ralph says,
Oh,
"It might be
yeah.
mixed up shows. It's a blur."
Yeah, it could be. What's up, Carlos? Carlos is the homie in Florida. Just purchased a fucking big painting of mine.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta ship it out to him. But yeah, one of my oldies, an old piece. He's got a nice one coming. But yeah, I figured I'd surprise everybody with another live because I'm trying to do this stuff on the weekends now because my stuff during the week it's taking a lot of my time, so I can't really do too many things mentally compartmentalized. So I'm trying to do things on the weekends for my personal stuff, and then Monday through Friday try and stick to the other scheduled stuff. Give that the time it needs to come to fruition. But yo, Carlos, I was hanging out with the Bulletproof guys on Friday on their auction. They had a pretty good auction on Friday. It was kind of kicking it with them on their channel. Do you have any more issues with music on your backgrounds, Dre?
I can't have none of that shit, man. But that shit is weird.
Yeah.
That gimme's gonna be fire. That's what Carlos just said.
Gimme, yeah. There's a lot of moving parts with that, man. It's coming together slowly, but it's a lot, and I can't really show much. I'm like really hard. It's hard for me to hold things back because I got so much things I want to share. But I kind of have to like be smart about what I'm letting out there because you know. But I got some cool things coming on the clothing tip, but also on some like fun collectible items in the mix of it all. So a little bit of something for everybody.
Ralph says, "Yeah, my bad. Justin Bow was the host of that street art show. I was
Oh,
this is the white right rapper show. That's straight. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right.
yo, Dre, check this
Yeah.
out.
Oh shit. What the fuck? When did you do
Yeah.
those?
Shh. Let me see it.
That's dope.
Yeah,
On the
man. It's gonna be
blues.
dope.
That's dope. All right.
And then I did these. These are coming too. You see it?
Yeah.
Little sketchbooks for people.
I saw that. I saw that when you were doing it. I think I
Yeah.
reposted it.
So they're all different. They're cool. Just a little collectible, hands-on thing. I'm trying to give back to the youth, trying to get into art, support that a little bit on the lifestyle tip. And then the products too, clothing, all that stuff. My bad. Yeah, Justin Boo was the host for that street art show. I was confusing it with the white rapper show. And I remember that. I think we had like some siphon gear was all up in there on that show. Some chick was wearing the gear that we were designing. Gave me that. What up, Lucas? Another old homie of mine. But yeah, so Dre, I saw you did something a little different recently on the tattoos. What cartoon character? What was that?
Oh, Felix the Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a shop that I'm working at. This really good tattooer named James Watkins. Um, it's a city outside of going north of Oakland,
Mhm.
Petaluma, and yeah, decided
Yeah, it's a little
like
different from.
doing American traditional tattoos like that. That shit is hard, man. You can't fuck up at all.
Yeah,
Can't.
I mean, plus it's like a known character too, like a classic.
Facts, and yeah, it's. I mean, I get it now, man. I get why. Like, well, I've always gotten it. I mean, I had to do a lot of that stuff back in the day, like American traditional, but to do it again, just off the strength, and it was fun, nerve wracking. Probably like one of those times where I'm like, all right, I gotta get this shit right. I gotta make it look. I gotta make it look really good.
Mm-hmm.
And but with like Japanese, you can like scrap line everything. You can make it you can make it clean and still look wonky in certain places. You don't have to make all the lines really clean and nice until maybe the end.
Yeah,
Because you're covering like large spaces, where it's
for
like
sure, for
you're doing
sure.
a little one shot tattoo. You got to make it look really good. So
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
different animal right there, a different muscle and everything.
yeah,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah. So to do that, that was fun. Then finding like old
Yeah,
Felix cartoons, splicing that shit in, and yeah.
that's cool.
I wonder, should I do like the old yellowish looking paper with
Yeah,
the
see,
old.
that's what I'm doing with this. I brought these out because I wanted to show that. So I got I'm at the end of the layout. I'm gonna actually do the pages, kind of like this vintage yellowy color.
Yeah. Let me see if this.
And I got this recently. So check this out. This is just natural aging with the colors on the pages, dude. Are really fucking dope. I don't know if it's gonna translate, but does that look like yellow, like dingy?
Maybe it's starting to.
Yeah.
Was that original Alien book?
Yeah, man. So,
Oh,
but the pages, I opened it up and I was like, wow, the quality of black and white is just incredible, and it just has like this old color to the paper.
you just bought that?
I mean, I got it a couple of months ago, but I just actually
Oh, go look up the
opened it up
price on
yes
that.
I opened it up yesterday just to look at it.
I'm a low level collector. I'm like, yo, go look up the
Yeah.
price on that. That might be worth something.
Oh. No, but this is an oldie that I've had since the fucking 89, I guess. But this has it just natural beat up element to it too. But I just thought these were funny to have around us. You know, I guess just stuff to when I get to the layout process, the coloring of paper and all that stuff. But this is where I draw six fingers on the hand.
Should I put the writing in there too?
You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I can do all the layout and font work if you want later. I mean, as long as you have like wording that you want to use, if you have like funny, you know, switching things up and you want to have it say certain things, you could sketch it the way you see it, and I can kind of lay it out for you.
All right, all right. I mean,
Like when I read those pages, I get ideas from the wording that they have in there already, which is already kind of funny. But I get ideas of changing it up, so I just kind of sketch in what I want to say, and then I'll just switch it up later, with like a font or whatever. But yeah, I'm hyped to include you in this. I got a couple other friends I'm gonna put in a page or two with them. DJs and shit like that, and I just I may have to do the actual page for them, but to have you get some of your stuff in there will be kind of dope.
Oh, cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be cool because I like to have you know the people in my network a little bit kind of included if I can. I did. I'll show you this page. I did this one. This is coming out on Friday. The video for this, I did this already.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so this is gonna be the next video blog on Friday that drops.
That should work.
Cube Lube. I can't get over that shit. That's so funny. Who would have thought, man?
Hey, man, I'm watching this video the other day. It just came across my timeline, and this dude's doing like this virtual, like it's like two different dudes, and they about to do a little dating thing, and there's like I think it's probably like 6 girls or 6 or 7 girls, and the host of that shit says to one of the girls, "Is that a is that a is that a dildo in the background?"
What?
And when you look in the background, bro, it's this. You can see it. It's on her dresser.
Oh no.
I was like, "Yo, what?
That's funny.
What is?" Now I was like, "Is that?" I was saying to myself, "Is that stage? Is
Yeah,
that
it could be. These days, man, that's the problem. Everything seems like has like a setup involved to it, like a hustle. I'm like so skeptical about shit that I see now.
bro?" I'm way skeptical, man. Way too skeptical. I'm like, but you know what? My friend told me this years ago, back in like 2000. He said, "Yo, most of the stuff you're gonna see on the internet, Dre, is not gonna be real. Don't put none of your personals out there. Just like try and be." Like removed from this as possible. It's everything is gonna be a joke or whatever. And he's right.
Yeah, on some level for sure. I'm
My boy
seeing
Derwin, man, he
I'm
told me that shit. He said, "Yo, it's gonna be crazy."
I'm seeing things on YouTube or no on Instagram that's like heaven forbid you fucking like a damn cat video. You're just gonna start seeing like cat videos and every other fucking suggestion, right? And so I'm seeing things now where it'll be like tugging at your heartstrings. It'll be like, we saved this home from an alleyway, and it's like it'll show like the video of like a cat crawling along with like one leg left and like maggots all in its hair and like the eyeballs popping out, and you're just like, oh my god, what the hell is this? And then it like cuts to like you know giving it a shower, and then like then it's like taking a nap on a couch, and then like it'll cut to like 6 years later, it's like a happy cat, like we saved this cat, and then like and then so somebody will see that video got like 8 million views, and then so
Right.
now I'm seeing videos that are like trying to replicate that formula, but
Yep.
I'm like, hold up, that's not even the same fucking animal. Like
Right.
you're just clickbaiting me right now for the love
Right.
for the likes and shit, and I'm like, look, that's not even the same cat or whatever turtle. It'll be like a turtle, caught up in a net, and they'll be like, we nursed it back to life, and you're like, oh, that's so nice. And you're like, well, that's not even the same fucking animal. And I'm like, oh,
Right.
this is just like some weird internet farm trying to just get like, clicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm,
It's
I'm like, it's not even the same thing. It's just they're just
I
doing
do.
it.
I saw one earlier today. It was this dog, and it was like love is the answer or something like that. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah, all right.
yeah,
If that's what you're trying to preach now, then stop the wars that's happening right now.
yeah, 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 yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. The best was
Stop them wars then, man.
yeah, the best was I saw something where they were like, all the feminists are silent because they're not saying a goddamn thing about all the kids and women getting killed in Gaza.
There you go.
Yeah, but they were the first ones to be quickly out there canceling some actor who said
Right.
something or did something, and with drones, a fucking army full of the Twitter army that would come and shut you down in a heartbeat, but they're like literally silent on this stop the free Gaza shit.
Right.
Gone. Nowhere to be heard. I mean, I'm sure they're out there, but not in the form that we get seen in the cancel culture shit.
Right. Yeah,
You know?
yeah. You know, they resetting, man. But I think it's just getting caught on now where I think that's gonna be it's bullshit. You know,
Yeah. I mean, everybody
it's
has their
bullshit.
causes, but like keep it fucking even keel with everything. Keep everything in perspective. Whatever.
All right, there we go. Cube Lube.
Yeah, Rubik's cubes were huge, man. To the point where they were coming out with like WD-40 for that shit. Yo, Dre, I heard your cube was dried out. You can't hang with us today till you get your cube lubed. What?
Let me take that. I'm showing y'all the cheat code, kids.
That's you doing a little trace?
Yeah, I'll copy and paste it first, and then
That's the tools, man.
yeah.
Tools of
Can you imagine if like you have friends and you got friends and you're the only one that hasn't solved the Rubik's cube yet?
yeah. Back then,
You ain't with the team no more.
yeah. And then you go home and you really try it, and you're like, "Fuck,
Oh
I
man.
can't get this."
I want to know how many people like solve that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Omizu Paints. A lot of those channels look like they staged those vids for likes. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like there's just like this air of fraudulence that
Yep.
I can see it. I'm like, man, something's off here. I forget what I was looking at like last week. It was something, and I was saying to my girl, I was like I'm intrigued by this, but like the more I dig, the more I'm just like, there's some fuckery going on here, and it's like I don't know. You just can't escape this shit now. It's just like that whole I don't know, fake it till you make it thing is really on some next level shit.
Yeah, they just found some random messed up dog.
Hmm.
Furs all
Yeah,
furs all
matted up and
he's like
shaking
he's
in
got
in the
bald
puddle.
spots. No, the dog's got
Yeah,
bald spots, man. I was just like, what am I watching, yo? What am I watching? And it's got the views though, man.
yeah,
It's got the views.
yeah. Some dog like shaking in the rain. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Patrice O'Neal was right. He was like, yo, who's out there abusing dogs? I just see a pencil in the cat's head, and then the music is going, oh. I was like, yeah, he's right. They've
That's
been
too,
on that shit, man.
yeah,
They've been on it, man. They've been doing it ever since regular TV.
yeah. My man Raph in the comments, he knows about Sarah McLachlan with the old SPCA or whatever that was. In the 90s when that song came on, everybody started crying. It would be like some cat under a truck.
Ah, she made
And it would be
millions.
like Sarah McLachlan trying to get you to send some money for some
She made millions.
SPCA or something like that. I don't know. Tugging at the heartstrings. They fucking figured a way to like get clicks out of this shit. It's gross, man. Like I can't fucking just watch a damn I don't know, a happy ending story of a cat getting saved. It has to be like slide 3 has to be a shirt for sale. Some AI some AI generated product that's not even real. Anyway,
Yes, Munchkin?
Where's my gun?
Where's your whoa? Why you need that?
I want it. You have it.
Why you want it?
I can't find my gun. Who's that?
Oakland's different, huh?
Who's that?
My uncle.
Hmm?
The uncle.
No, that's EWOK. That's Uncle EWOK.
What's going on?
Tell mommy's in the kitchen. She know where it's at. Mommy knows where it's at. She acting up. She trying to.
Mommy.
Yeah, there you go. Get mommy. Hey Ty, get back in the kitchen. Yeah. Yeah. Oh Jesus. Hey, I'll be right back.
Do your thing, man. I can hold down.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Tell this woman to get back in the kitchen and cook me a meal.
I'll read the comments a little. Carlos said my wife is killer at the cubes. Oh man. Yeah, that's formula, right? Once you get the rhythm, you kind of just go until it finds its way back to all the colors lining up. People taking what they're saying literally. Yeah. Thanks, Carlos. Just the content for the pages. I'll scan all this shit in and do a layout later. You saw the original, Carlos? You familiar with the page? Yes. This is what I'm redoing.
All right, folks, I'm back.
True. Got the angry operator on this now. Not answering the phone with the little Bobby Brown headset. You came in late, Carlos. Yeah, it's all good, man. These are kind of just shooting from the hip. I'm not really expecting too many people to pop in, but you know, it's cool. I put out the little alerts today.
Nah, folks, we lit in here.
My phone is blowing up though. I'll tell you, I keep getting all these messages at the same time. I gotta put this shit on sleep mode. So when you coming back to New York, Trey?
Next month.
Yeah.
Yeah, next month, man. I'll be out there.
Okay. Same spot.
Where I'm gonna be at?
We could talk off there. I don't want to promote much.
No secrets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. Where am I gonna be at? I'm gonna be at that Ink Mag place.
Okay. I got that stuff still in the fridge, man. That I mailed away for.
Okay.
I don't know anything about that shit. You put it on like an hour in advance or something like that. Let it sink in.
Yeah.
And then what, it kind of just comes off with sweat or goes away. How's that shit work?
Now you put it on. You wrap it in plastic.
Oh, okay.
For like airtight. So
Kind of soaks
no.
in.
Yeah.
It's in the
So no air
pores.
gets in, and by the time you get there, like an hour. You usually put it on like an hour before you get tattooed.
Okay. Yeah, it's all new to me, man. I know that's a fucking thing now.
All right, folks, that was a little cheat code on how to make exploding bubbles.
Yeah, you got all the little gritty, stretchy circles and shit. But yo, Carlos, I got all that shipping materials, man. I just wanted to make sure I did it correctly, so I had to place a couple of orders, and some of the things I had on stock were a little low, so I ended up just picking up a bunch of shit for myself, some foam corners, and like all the quality shipping goods. So yeah, probably the next day or so. I was gonna try and do it today, but got caught up. Had to go out. Now I came back for this. Tomorrow maybe I'll end up packaging everything up and sending you a picture of how it's looking. But I know you're patient, so I appreciate it. Yeah, man. You got a good piece coming. Disgruntled Rose, the operator.
Okay, so
See, I thought you would do something like my first tattoo machine with like a Sony Walkman or something.
oh, I got those in the cut, bro.
I'm saying for like an ad, like my first Sony tattoo machine.
I remember one time at Tough City, some dude like wrote us from jail and was like, it was a way to like get some shit in there.
What do you mean?
You want to learn how to tattoo when he comes out.
Oh,
I was saying, chill.
He's trying to plan his escape.
I'm not trying to say nothing in.
Yeah. So what's up? Tough City's shut down, closed, or what? Or he sold it, or what's the deal with that?
I don't know. I didn't talk to Matt about that. I haven't talked to him in about a while. Probably maybe 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen that dude in forever. I used to bump into him and shit, but haven't seen him in a
Nothing
while.
moves your cube like cube lube. Look at that writing, yo.
Oh man. Cube Lube.
New Paltz, New York.
That's where it says? That's crazy. It's a P.O. box. That's wild. Yeah, and I probably know where the post office is up there.
Just send $2 and $1.65 plus 53 cents. 35 cents for postage for each 1 ounce tube.
That's funny. New Paltz though. That's the crazy part. That's up in New Paltz. It's kind of like
New York resident 7% sales tax.
Yeah, that's where I grew up there. That's making it even funnier. How much did it cost? What were they selling it? Oh, $2? That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah, that's pretty funny. All right, let's see what we got here. So yeah, instead of it saying prizes and cash, it's gonna say trinkets and trash.
We've got what it takes to really move your cube.
Move your cube.
Yeah, this got me thinking about how to do like tattoo advertisements now.
Yeah. Especially if you have no ideas, you can just pull from an endless resource of just old retro shit and just remake shit.
It's very This is really smart.
Trinkets and trash.
With cube lube, your cube twists more freely, turns more easily, changes faces with ease, with the kind of lightning speed that can really reduce your time. Ah, shit. That's how them dudes be winning that shit.
With the lube. They've been lubing up.
They're lubing that shit up, man. That's cube lube.
That's so funny. Cube
The next
lube.
time I see some like Rubik's Cube Championship, I'm gonna be like, yo, he was using cube lube.
Trinket. How the fuck do you spell trinket?
Ask Chat GPT, man.
Trying to look at this font, figure this shit out. That's that 80s computer font. I think like Atari Games was using that font for a lot of their stuff. EWOK, you plan on doing that darker yellow tone for the edges? Yeah, man. I pulled out some pages already to show. It's gonna have. I hope to have like a tinge to the paper layout page. If I can't pick the actual paper to have that, I'm gonna have to make it look like a black and white, but pay for kind of like a color across the whole page, like a 6% and or something. But yeah, that's the move, man. I don't know if you saw, but I already pulled out a couple old issues that had that. For sure. Yeah, I think so too, man. So I got the TV on in the back, kind of playing some music, and I think I did a couple of these where it was just dead silent, and it just bores me to death. I know, Dre, you don't have anything in the back. You know, it doesn't bother you.
Yeah, because I think maybe you've been on YouTube a lot longer.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think you can.
You're more grandfathered in.
I don't think you can hear mine though. It's just on the TV in the other room.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, man, that the software they got now, it's like it picks up all my shit. So I
damn.
Yeah, I can't have none of that playing because it's like I could just lose my monetization.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big risk that, fortunately, I mean, maybe if I was monetized, it would be a thing that they would be looking for more.
But you are though, right?
No, they got ads you got to skip, but I'm not getting any money off of that shit. But that's just probably if I was in a different tier, I'd be probably more eligible to get caught for things like that.
Yeah, I'm in that partner program. I think because I'm in that shit.
Yeah, they don't want you taking money out of somebody else's, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense because there is ads on some of my stuff. So if somebody's getting a cut of this, then I don't know why the ads on mine, but I'm not getting a cut of it. And then other ones don't. And then other ones don't have ads. So I can't figure it out.
Oh, you've watched your videos and there's ads?
Yeah, I see it. Like where there's an ad popping up. I'm like, why does this one have it, but the other ones don't? You know?
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. If I get to that point, I'll have to figure out something to keep the background. What about like a movie? Like, can I put a movie on the side, like on an iPad or something?
What was that?
Can you put like a movie on, like on the side?
Nah.
Damn. That's so trash.
Well, I mean, the only way you can do it is if you know somebody that has, like, if you know anybody, if you know certain people, that's the only way. And then they go to YouTube and say, yeah, that's so and so. He can have music playing. Other than that, that's it.
Yeah, that's so trash.
Like if you make or if you make your own music and you have your own music playing in the background.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Dre's killing it with the cube lube. They're getting it, Dre. They get it. He's getting. They're not gonna be. It'd be funny though is if you put like your address or a PO box.
Yeah. that's all I was planning to do. Like a crazy Yeah, but imagine if somebody sees this and really think it's a thing.
Well, I'm saying the beauty of this shit is a lot of these companies are just way, 20, 30 years out of business. So I don't give a shit. One of these was like a PO box in the city. You could send away to get like handguns in the city. It was like on 42nd Street. I was like, yo, this is a real address where they were saying you could buy a handgun in New York City in the 80s. And I was like, this is insane. Like a mail away handgun.
I remember those.
Yeah, I was like, wow. They were literally selling like snub nose pistols like through the mail. Some like to some.
Must have been because of that movie Charles Bronson, man. The Charles Bronson movies and shit. I'm telling you.
But the best part was it was like on 42nd Street in Manhattan, and I was like, this is insane. This is so crazy.
Yeah, but remember there was a time with 42nd Street. I mean, it was you can buy anything.
Dude. Yeah.
You can literally buy anything, man.
I bought my first Rambo knife with my dad down there.
I bought some Ninja Stars down there.
Oh yeah, forget about it. Don't get me started. Ninja Stars. I got my first Gizmo stuffed animal down on the street down there.
Oh, when What's the Name Again came out, man. Classic movie, yo.
Yep. Gremlins,
yo. That shit scared the shit out of me when I was a little kid, yo.
Yeah, but yo, like the Rambo knife, man. I mean, everybody knows about that shit. I wanted the knife with the compass and the matches and the fucking the fishing line in the handle. I got my dad drove me around trying to find a Rambo knife. Had to have that shit, and we finally found it. Ninja stars, those weird fucking Chinese blades. It had a big fat blade, wasn't sharp, but it like had like looked like a Ninja Turtle fucking weapon. Found
Yeah,
all that stuff.
but can you imagine there was people walking around with that shit on them?
Yeah, yo, in their in their waistline and shit, pulling out fucking nunchucks in street fights. The city was like that in the 70s, man. The 70s was all about like the kung fu craze and the karate craze. Yeah, that was there's a lot of funny shit probably getting pulled out back then. Charles Bronson days, dudes pulling out nunchucks and shit. Must have been fun times. Sorta.
Can you imagine you about to be in a fight and homie pulls out ninja stars
Oh god, dude. I don't
or
know.
the brass knuckles with the spikes on them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen that in real time on a few occasions myself. Up until somewhat recently on the 4 train. But yeah, that's more common still. People still can pocket the brass knuckles, but the weapons back in the day, that was a different thing. For sure. All right, so I got the basic letters. Trinkets or trash. That's what it's going to say.
Carlos said a death wish ad would kill.
Yeah, death wish, but like we'd have to switch it up to say like because nowadays death wish would be censored. They wouldn't let you print it, so we'd have to make some PC version like insult wish. Like the worst you can get away with is just insulting somebody.
I got one. I'm gonna do those business cards with the girls on the cover.
Which ones? What do you mean?
Remember you would see the cards on the floor back in the day.
Oh, like the
And
800 numbers or whatever.
them
Not
800 numbers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I used to love those. I was like, oh snap.
When I was going out to Vegas in I don't know, early 2000s for like trade shows, yo, the whole strip would be like lined up with them things. Thousands and thousands. I'm like, yo, they're wasting so much money. There'd be like 30 of those cards just on like a little newspaper rack or some shit. Just thousands of those things. It was crazy. In Brazil too, they had them all on the payphones and shit. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. And my friend, I was out there with my boy Justin. He was a graffiti writer back in the day, lived in Brazil. He's like, yo, you see all those things in the payphones? And I'm like, yeah. And it's weird because we don't see that shit in the States really anymore. But it's kind of like a thing down there. It's in all the payphones. And it's like brothels and prostitutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, most of those are all men. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, look close. And then I picked one up and I was like, nah. It's like all trannies and shit on the. Well, not all. I don't want to sound like talking shit. I don't know, but he was saying, he's like, yo, he's like, go ahead, call one of those, see who shows up.
Oh, that's crazy. Don't tell me they still got the beans and franks.
The B's and F's.
Oh no.
That's funny. Yeah, when I was a kid, upstate, I would come down to Action Park in Jersey with the homies. Right, we drive down in a car or a couple cars full of kids, and we go to like Action Park out in Jersey. And then on our way home, it would be like dark, like 7, 8 o'clock. And one of these times, my boy Sean was driving. He's like, "Yo, we're gonna go through the meat packing district. I'm gonna show you guys some crazy shit." and we're all like little young kids, you know. And he's like the older dude showing us like the crazy city back then. And we drive through like the meatpacking district back, you know. I mean, my memory is just like the Thriller video. What was that Thriller video where he's dancing in L.A. like in an alleyway at night with like a bunch of people? They're all like dancing in L.A. like in a dark street. Anyway, it felt like that, but it wasn't not the Thriller video. It's too easy. But like I remember he would pull up to these like chicks and he'd be like, "Yo, show me what you got between the legs." And she's like, "Fuck you." And he's like, "Nah, show me. Let me see what you're working with." And like this tranny pulled up a skirt and had like stockings with the huge bulge, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like,
Whoa,
"There's
whoa.
no way." I was like, "Yo, there's no way I would have thought that that was a woman." I was like, "That's crazy." And this was back then.
Yeah.
This was back in like the '90s, like the early '90s, like early '90s. So,
I remember something like that happening 241st Street, White Plains Road. That was Joe's Menace. And knocking on doors, man. And this one dude was out early in the morning. It was, you know what I mean? Like we would go
yeah.
out like maybe like 11:30 in the morning, you know?
Hmm.
This guy was out there working early. And
Wow.
it slipped out.
Oh no.
It had to I slipped out and it
The
was
beans
like
and Franks. The beans and Franks came out for breakfast.
no, just the Frank fam. Just
Uh,
that was like, and he
just
had
the
like one of them short dresses, you know,
yeah.
like what girls be wearing now, but they wouldn't wear back then. It
Right.
was only like, you know, ladies of the things of the night.
Hmm.
And so this dude was out early and
Or
had the
late.
short skirt, huh?
Or late from the night before. Who knows?
Right, right, and it slipped out,
Oh
and
man.
the Joe's witness, the guy, the older guy that was walking with us, um saw it first, and then I saw it, and my mom grabbed my face and like turned it away, and she said something in Jamaican, like she said blood clot, like mom. No, she didn't curse. She said something like
Bati
she
boy.
said she said something, right. And I was like I couldn't laugh because if
Yeah,
I
yeah,
laughed it would make it look like you know I was on Ruly or whatever. I
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of like just didn't say nothing, man. I was like,
Wow.
that's scary looking.
Yeah, it's funny how you remember these things, man. You know,
So the most traumatic stuff I ever witnessed was like knocking on doors back in like in the 80s,
that's
in the
crazy.
90s.
So your mom's had you going around doing that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Penny loafers.
Yeah, I remember those. I remember those. Penny loafers.
Shit.
Crazy.
Shit, it wasn't even fuck the bulge, man. It was just long. It was like a fucking, as Dave Chappelle would say, a meaty dick. I was like, yo, what the fuck? And I remember
That's true.
telling my mom years down the line, like, yo, mom, I remember that time when we went, and she wiped it from her mind. She was like, nope, I don't remember that.
That's traumatic for a kid, though. You don't forget shit like that. Yeah, that's crazy. Weird things like that you remember as an adult. I remember one time I was a kid. We're telling funny stories now. Anyway, I was being babysat by this lady, and she kind of like would babysit like a lot of kids. You know, maybe that was like her thing in town or whatever. But it was fun for me as a kid because I would go and hang out with like five, six, seven kids, and we'd all run around and act like maniacs until my mom came and picked me up. And then one time she got into a fight. The babysitter lady got into a fight with like some other lady on the front porch in front of all of us. And like this part of town was, I don't know, it was a little crazy back in the '80s. You know, it's like the town, the street I grew up on, the same street like I learned how to break dance when I was a little kid, right? So it was kind of had like a little bit of fucked up shit happening around. And I remember she got into a fucking brawl on the front porch with this other lady. Well, I mean, they're probably teenagers. They probably weren't ladies, but to us, they were like grown-ups. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the other chick ripped my babysitter's shirt, like collar, like pulled her whole shirt, like ripped her whole shirt, and like her titties fell out.
Mm.
And like all us kids were like, "Oh my god!" Like in my mind, I was like, it's one thing to fight somebody, but did you have to go that crazy? Like, it just felt like it was just a little over the top as a kid. Like, you didn't need to do that. Like, I just felt so bad for this lady. And she's like in the street, like broad daylight, like with her fucking her shit hanging out. I was like, this is crazy. And I was watching like a full on fist fight between like two women, like on the front porch, pouring out into the street and shit. And I was like, oh, this is wild.
For anybody new coming in, this is before World Star Hip Hop.
Oh yeah, yo,
World Star.
yeah, dude, that would have been perfect key World Star shit. I've seen some shit, man, through the years that I just wish I had on camera. Just the stuff that I've seen or been involved in. I've been involved with some wild stuff myself and things I've forgotten. My boy Paul is always like, "You remember that time you did this?" And I'm like, "What? Like, how do you remember this shit?" He's like, "How could you forget it?" He's like, "You almost died that night." Yeah.
Yeah, the things that you block out.
Oh, dude. The Brazil story, Carlos is saying. Yeah. And it made you look different because I'm like, you know, bless you. I would see like women in Brazil, and he's like, "Yo, be careful. A lot of them out here are like, you know, dudes." And I'm like, "What?" I just didn't think that was so common. I guess in you know, you think about shit like that, you hear about like Thailand and whatnot, but like I just wouldn't think like Rio. Well,
Yeah,
Rio is strange, man. It was like
lady boys.
a lot of weird stuff out there in Rio. A lot of bizarre shit happened out there. It was kind of like an element of just like uncertainty and just weird shit.
I think those two places are fighting for who has the best lady boys.
Thailand and Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think so. Because like when I'm on like when I'm on Reddit,
Mm.
you know, and I'm looking for some throwback performers, and you're scrolling, and you always see some hot chick, right? And you know she's kissing another chick, and next thing you know, the other chick just got Frank and Beans down there. And you just like swipe. You know?
You're getting bait and switched on Reddit.
It's trash now, man. It's trash. It's trash.
That's funny. That's fucking funny. So, how you gonna color that with like a washi kind of like?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a little peek of the corner sticking out. How you the original?
Yeah, I think I'm doing it just the same washed out
Yeah,
colors, even the washed out black,
I got you.
grainy like that. You know,
Yeah.
it looks cool.
Yeah. It sucks because I was talking to a couple of friends who were kind of like in the printing industry with comics and stuff, and I'm like, "Yo, how come there's no like just cheap print houses anymore that literally print on old newsprint?" And he was saying like that type of paper in itself is like just not even you can't even get that kind of paper anymore. So it's like you're almost forced to print on this new shit, and then design wise just trying to dial it back to look like it's cheap. But I mean, you know how easy it would be to just print it on some shit paper with like shit ink? It would do all the work for you. But instead I have to kind of fake it to look like that, you know?
Yeah, I
And
get it.
he was like the closest thing is like in Mexico they make like wrestling street ads like wheat paste on like really cheap paper and like really cheap ink, and they go out and just kind of wheat paste them like around town, and that's like still like really old printing, so there's like maybe an element of like sourcing it in Mexico or something like that, but I don't even know. I'm gonna get to that process when I get to it, but for now I'm just still compiling the pages. Sticking to trying to get the one a week done. It's my goal still. Let me see what my battery's doing.
Yeah, I just went down to 20%.
Yeah, I'm on low battery mode, so I hope that doesn't affect the quality of the camera. I probably got about 10, 15 minutes left in me, dog.
All right.
Just because of the phone, and I probably got to get some food in me. But I knocked out the main content that I wanted to get done for this. But at least I got you on record doing a little bit of yours.
Yep.
And I know you can knock that shit out.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we can do it again. It doesn't have to be this project. We could always just jump on what we're jumping on. Yep. I talked to a couple of my homies tonight. One of them was in the chat before. I want to try and get on. I want to try and get a couple more friends on that I have connections with to do lives with.
I think you could have like 4 at a time.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yep.
That'd be fun. Yeah, it was. I was thinking about writers and shit. Like, some dudes just don't got their shit together. Like, it'd be dope to get like Sass or my boy Totem. But yo, it's just hard to line up people's schedules and shit. And a lot of people don't really have like the overhead camera set up, and they're not really prepared for this kind of thing. I'm like, it's not hard. Just, you know, get a little set up, have your phone charged up, and you just wait for the invite. You just press play or whatever, connect.
Yeah, it's for some people. I think it seems like it's a long process, but I don't think it really is. It's just super easy to do. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna
get a little
couple.
tripod.
Yeah,
get a little tripod, like have it on this highest setting.
Yeah.
You know. All right, here we go.
It's looking good. I like the little blasts in the background. Those lines. Those energy lines. And then I got a few friends that are like a little too big to be inviting because they're like on their own shit. And I'm like, come on. Just want to get good content. People they got their own channels and stuff, and it's just hard for them to do more than one project. I get it, but you know, I'm just sitting and drawing, and I know some of these guys just sit and draw anyway. So I'm like, dude, you already got the setup. Let's just do it. But we'll see in time. Trinkets and trash. I got this. Oh, this is what I can do real quick. What's today? Sunday. So what are you doing this week? What's your week look like, Dre?
What does my week look like? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. This it's just gonna be mainly working on this book. Yeah, working on this book and tattooing. I think tattooing is still what finances all my projects.
Sure. What the hell was that?
That's my daughter and her oh, she's playing with her thing. She's playing with her I'm gonna change up the composition in this. Mia, can you bring Mickey Mouse up there? I don't want to get I don't want to lose my monetization. You about to get Daddy canceled because I can't have Mickey Mouse playing in the background.
Actually, I think Mickey Mouse just went public domain. I don't know about the music.
No. That's Steamboat. That's Steamboat Willie. But he's
Oh.
public domain. The other one.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, you gonna do a Steamboat Willie
I mean,
versus Izzy?
I
I mean,
mean,
Brainlington
Steamboat. I don't know. Steamboat Brainy. I don't know.
or Horslington? Oh, Horslington will be hard, bro.
Steamboat Horslington.
About
This would be funny.
20 minutes. Horslington will be hard, bro.
Steamboat Horslington. Spinning the wheel, whistling.
Yeah.
Just a cycle, a loop. Make it an animated GIF.
And I think the Minnie I can't remember what Minnie Mouse's name was back then, but she's public domain too.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't Minnie, right? It was something else.
Yeah, every character in there is like is a public domain.
Superman too. They just did something like the early Superman, not technically Superman, but it was like a different version of him.
Yeah, I think that's public domain too.
Yeah, I saw that in some podcast.
I'm waiting for that. The next horror movie.
Which one? What are you talking about?
Because you know they did the Winnie the Pooh one.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize that's why that happened. I guess it was public domain, right?
Yep.
Damn, Winnie the Pooh's been out that long.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh's he's an old timer. He's over 100 years old.
So then Felix too. Then has to be right.
Maybe Felix. Felix is public domain. Yeah, I think it's like anything you create. That's why they're trying to that's why Disney's trying to push a lot of their stuff back because they're pushing back on it. They were trying to do something so that they didn't become Mickey or Steamboat Willie didn't become a public domain, but they don't want to lose that.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's why they got the Marvel and the Star Wars stuff.
Right.
They were already jumping ahead, trying to get intellectual property that they can use for money.
Right.
I mean, they threw a ton of money at George Lucas for that.
Right.
I think he just gave it all away to some education program or something. Let me talk about some doing good type shit. I think he gave away $200 billion or some shit like that, or some crazy number to just some education shit.
Yeah, so on my way to work, I'm driving on the road that is Lucas Way, Lucas Freeway.
Is that Anaheim?
No. That's up where I'm at. So when you're in the Bay, a lot of the stuff, a lot of the droids that you see, would be utility posts and mailboxes and fire hydrants and stuff like that. That's just basically, yeah. That's Lucas. When those walkers, those huge walkers.
Yeah, out in Oakland. Yeah, it looks like the AT-ATs.
Yeah. And so when you're coming over the bridge, it kind of looks like an army of them.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it myself.
Yeah. So everything, just about, those redwoods that the in the EWOK move when what's the planet?
Endor. The moon of Endor. Yeah.
The moon of Endor. That's the redwoods, California redwoods.
That's crazy.
Because you could just
So how far is that from you?
The redwoods?
Yeah.
like half a mile away.
Oh, so like you can just like go hiking and shit and go see that.
I'm right there. I'm like,
That's crazy. That's
hey,
crazy.
babe, how far are those redwoods from here? The closest redwoods, like 2 miles, 7 miles. So
That's
that's
crazy.
7 minutes, 7 minute drive.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to have that access right
Matter, matter of fact, is it 7 miles?
there.
What's the difference? What's that's off a high street? That's 7 miles. Like 5 miles,
Shit.
dude. You go. We go to like this spot, High Street. We make a right on High Street, and we drive like, yeah, it's about 5 miles, and you're right in these redwoods, and then those redwoods go like, if you're going north, it's just it's a park.
Yeah,
You just walking through redwoods,
that's crazy.
and when you look at it, it looks like Endor. Like you're like, what the? All you need to do is just, if they wanted to, somebody could just like do some tree houses or something like that. And I think there's like some people that have like redwoods in the back of their house. They have tree houses.
Yeah, I bet. I mean,
That what?
isn't there like tunnels? You're driving through tunnels and shit through trees.
Yeah. What was that, babe? Yeah. Matter of fact, there's 2 redwoods right behind my house, right in my backyard.
That's crazy.
Two, like they probably like 100 years old.
That's wild.
They cut down one of them, so like there's like literally, I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. But there's like 2 redwoods. So imagine like this whole area right here. You should just be redwoods, I think,
Yeah, they probably
because you
just
just
cleared.
can't just get redwoods like this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of that stuff that's in Star Wars
Just in the backyard.
is in the backyard. Uh, I would think Fresno would be considered at the time. It looked like where Luke Skywalker was.
Oh yeah. What do you call it? Tatooine.
Yeah, all of that shit, man. All that shit. All that stuff where like,
Yeah.
I didn't even have to do that.
Just wastelands and shit in the background.
Yeah, man. I think Lucas was like really smart with how he was doing things. Like he was just basically taking. He was either looking at different parts of California where he was driving through, because it seemed like he might have like either like traveled a lot up and down the West Coast, right? So he
Yeah.
just basically was like, all right, how would this place look futuristic? How would
Yeah.
this place look
I get it.
more deserty? Like how would this place look like, you know, uh, dark and decrepit? And he was just like flipping it and making it, and because it's like all of California is basically every place you could think of in Star Wars.
Yeah, I get it.
And you can really see it by like just like yeah. I think if you came out here and just stayed like 5 years and you were just studying like everything Star Wars, you probably would see what he was looking at.
Well, on that, I think I should wrap it up before my phone dies.
Yeah. All right.
With that crazy Star Wars soundtrack that just happened.
Yeah.
But yo, good looks, man. Thanks everybody for stopping in again, and hope to do this again.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's do this. I mean, I love doing it. I like
some funny stuff here. Yeah, man. I see you. You remind me I need to get on more, because I always catch you on, and I'm like, damn, I got to get on this again. But
gonna be the future, fam.
Yeah, let's do it again. I mean,
Yeah, let's. I mean,
and
Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm always good. Weekends, if that's good for you, I'm down to do weekends.
Yeah, the weeks are kind of hard with everything, trying to juggle a lot. But I mean, I'll hit you up ahead of time. You know what I mean?
All right.
But yeah, try and finish what you can as far as those the visuals, and I can always plug it in and do a layout. So
Yeah, I'll finish it.
or even if it's like a half page, like some of those ads were like half pages, dude. It's cool. I'll squeeze it in something,
Yeah,
But
I'll finish it tonight.
yeah, if I have the content, just send it to me in I don't know, Photoshop file or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be dope, dude. And then once I start posting these, and I'm doing little promotions. I'm not really posting the content other than the pages.
Mm-hmm.
But there's other stuff that's going to be part of it. So I'll do all that. This will be part of that wave too, promoting. So anyway, yeah, man. So we'll do it again, bro. Chris Fab, what up? I see you. It's all good, man. You can it'll go live in a minute. You can put it back and check it. But yeah, Dre, we'll talk
Chris
soon,
Fat was
man.
like, "Damn, I came late."
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. There's gonna be more.
Chris, yeah, definitely.
Next
Chris
time,
Fat.
maybe next time I'll do this one.
That's me. I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that sound from you. That might be my introduction.
Yeah. All right, Dre. We'll talk soon,
All right.
man. Thanks,
EWOK,
everybody.
thank you for your time, man. Thank you for being dope as usual.
Oh,
Appreciate you. Have a good
man.
one.
I appreciate you hanging with me. We'll talk again soon, brother.
Definitely. Take care.
Have a good night.
All right.